Hey guys, I'm back today, and today I wanted to discuss with you guys a topic that has been on my mind forever, at least over a decade, but I've never actually discussed it with anybody until recently. And it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, and it started bothering me so much so that for the first time in my life, I've actually started discussing this with a couple of my friends. So basically, it's the whole well, it's easier for you concept. And I've been dealing with this forever, it seems like, and I'm not sure if other people deal with this as well, so I would love to compare notes with you guys. So since I'm gonna say the first time I really started noticing it, I guess the first time this really I became aware of this was when I was a single mom and working and going to school and all that. You guys heard my story. And I had a friend who appeared to be happily married. She had 2 kids, and she said to me, I don't know what we were talking about, and I don't even know how this topic came about, but she said, well, it's easier for you because you're single, so you don't have to deal with a man. You can do whatever you want with your money. You don't have to worry about listening to other people. And I just thought it was like kind of odd to say that to a single mother because and maybe I did have it easier, I don't know. I just have never been the type of person that can compare another situation exactly to mine or especially how somebody else is feeling, because I guess there's no meter for that. So how do you compare that? So I thought that was odd. So I let it go. I didn't say anything about it. I thought maybe it is easier for me, who knows. It's just strange to say that to a single mother. But I filed it away and I didn't say anything to her. Years later, when I got remarried and I became a stay-at-home mom and stuff, my same friend by that point was divorced. And we were having a conversation and she said, well, it's easier for you because you're married and you have a man taking care of you. And I thought it was so bizarre because this is the same person. And I'm like, so I guess I still have it easy, huh? So I let it go. But I started noticing that throughout my life that this has happened to me a lot. And it came to a point where I was like, you know what? It's me. I'm doing something that's making people think that I have it really easy because it keeps coming up. So this incident was with the same person. So I thought, okay, whatever. I didn't think about it. But like over the years, I've been told, well, it's easier for you to lose weight because you had a C-section, or well, it's harder for me to lose weight because I had a C-section. I'm like, well, so did I. And I didn't think you could even compare because it's not just about having a C-section or not having a C-section. There's so many different elements that go into weight loss. So I guess at some point it just started bothering me, or like it just became a pet peeve. But then it got to a point where I was almost offended that people were saying this. I remember there was this one friend of mine that lost his parent, his dad, and his dad was much older. He was like in his 70s, I would say late 70s, but obviously losing a parent at any age is devastating. So I called him to give my condolences, and I said I totally understand how hard it is to lose a parent, and maybe that wasn't the right thing to say, I don't know, but it's always kind of awkward when you call in those situations. You don't know what to say to comfort somebody. And my friend goes, well, it was easier for you because you knew your mom was sick, and so it was easier for you to accept her death. And I just thought that was the strangest comment because, yes, my mom had cancer, but her last 2 years were horrible. I mean, she suffered miserably before she died, and she was 49 years old when she died. She had a whole life ahead of her. And how do you even compare that to somebody who's in their late 70s dying in their sleep? I just could not fathom that. Why are we even comparing? I mean, and I hate that comment made me even make that comparison, but I was just shocked by that because losing a parent at any age in any circumstances is such a devastating thing. I don't need to be told that it was easier for me because my mom was sick and dying and suffering, so I was prepared for it. I don't think you can ever prepare for something like that. And that's when I think it started really offending me, where I was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. Like, why are people always saying this stuff to me? Why is it that when I'm always filming, the phone rings? Somebody I know is expecting their second child, And so she was saying, you know, how hard it's going to be, and I always comfort people and try to look at every situation positively. And I guess it's kind of my fault sometimes for when people are complaining to me, instead of just listening, I try to comfort them by saying it's gonna be okay, you're gonna be great. And I think that's oftentimes maybe what triggers this. But I had a friend saying, you know, how it's gonna be so tough for her having the second baby and her family is not nearby and she is just, you know, having all this anxiety and stuff. And I responded by saying, which maybe I shouldn't have said, that, you know, I'm sure you're gonna do great, you're doing great with your first one, and it's gonna be fine, your husband's a big help. And her response was, well, it's easier for you because your kids are spaced out further. And so I thought about it for a few seconds, and then I'm like, well, no, my younger two are spaced exactly the same as yours are going to be. And I also didn't have family when they were born. So I guess that's the first time, like, I feel like I ever defended myself. And I felt bad later because maybe that's not what she needed to hear. Maybe she didn't even need for me to comfort her. Maybe she just needed me to say, yeah, it sucks. Sorry, you're gonna have to deal with that. I don't know what people expect, but when people are complaining to me, I always try to, like, I guess make them feel better by saying something positive and not even comparing it to my situation, but just saying, you know, you'll be fine. I know you can pull through. But as soon as I say that, I think maybe people think I'm comparing, and that's not my intention at all. The biggest one, the weirdest one, was when my husband said to me, my husband's been trying to lose like 25 pounds for the last 3 or 4 years, and he's been kind of struggling with that. And I've told him many times what I feel like would help, but he doesn't want to take that route, which is totally fine. But he said to me a few months ago, well, it's easier for you to lose weight because you have 3 kids. And I thought that was the weirdest one, because I didn't know that having 3 kids somehow made it easier to lose weight. But it's just so strange. Like, I don't get it. If you guys can give me some insight. So I was telling my friend, my best friend, I have never discussed this situation, this thing that irks me ever before. But I was talking to my best friend over the phone just a few weeks ago, and I was telling her about this, that how this is like really started bothering me. And she's like, and she goes, I know what it is. And I'm like, oh my God, tell me, because it's so annoying. I find it so super annoying. And she's like, you don't complain about stuff. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm complaining to you about this right now. And she's like, no, you don't go around complaining about things like, oh, I can't lose weight, or oh, it's my life sucks, I'm a single mom, or, you know, oh God, I have 3 kids, my life is miserable, my kid did this or did that. So she's like, even when she became a mom, which was just, her daughter just turned 1, she said that we've been friends for 11 and a half years. And so until her daughter was born, she says she did not even realize like how hard parenting was, because she said I made it look so easy. And she said after she had her daughter and she had the sleepless nights and all that, she was literally having moments where she would sit there and go, how come Mina never told me about this? How come I've never heard her complaining about not sleeping? How come I've never heard her complaining about all the things that come with motherhood? And I guess, and when we were talking about this, I told her it's because complaining goes against my beliefs in the law of attraction. If I complain about things, I'm just going to attract more of it. So I mean, motherhood is what it is. Weight loss is what it is. Like, I just deal with the situations without complaining about them. And I think, according to my best friend, that's what it is, that I make it look easy. So I don't know. I'm still kind of processing this information in my head, because I'm kind of like at a point where I'm tired of hearing that everything is so much easier for me. And I guess if I look at positively, I could say that maybe by people saying that, they're somehow adding to my positive energy and it is easier for me. I don't know. But when you look at somebody, just because they're not sitting around complaining all the time does not mean that everything's been handed to them or things came easy for them in their life. You don't know somebody's struggles. I mean, I've had plenty of my own, whether it was losing my parent or losing weight or motherhood or marriage. I mean, I've had plenty of my struggles. I just don't understand why everybody not everybody, but why I'm always told by certain people that I have it so much easier and everybody else has it so much harder. I don't get it, but I guess the takeaway from this is that if you want people to think you have an easy life, don't complain. I'm trying to add the positive twist to it because this is Mindset Monday. So if you guys have any insight on this, I'm trying to work at a point where when people are complaining to me, that I don't respond, even positively. I don't give that positive feedback because maybe that's what I'm doing wrong by saying things like, and I never say, oh, my, compare it to my child or anything like that or my situation. I say it more as in like, you'll be fine, it's gonna be okay. But maybe that's what triggers it, because maybe that makes them feel like I'm putting them down in some way. I don't know. So if you guys have any insight on this, let me know what I can do better. That's something that I think it's lacking in my communication for sure, and I need to work at this. So I always believe it's better to start inward, because you can't control other people, but you can always control the way you act, react, or communicate. So let me know. Sorry for the, it's raining and it's kind of cloudy, so the lighting is probably really off, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and share, and let me know your comments below. What could I be doing better? How do you guys deal with the situation? Does that happen to other people? Do you guys think that somebody else has it easy in their life? So I don't know. Let's stop thinking that everybody else is lucky and that everything is wrong with us. That's my Mindset Monday for today. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.